All right, today we've got Netrioid here joining us for a little one-on-one interview to get to know the ADC for Sanguine a little bit better. Netrioid, thanks for the time, man. And I want to start, Hindu Man, when he was doing these one-on-ones, he would start with the Smite Wiki, but I'm on your Smite Wiki page here, and not a whole lot of information. You're kind of a mystery to the Smite fans, but it does say that your country of birth is in Peru. So talk to me about your early years, what it was like growing up in Peru.
Well, I grew up playing video games, but the single player video games and stuff. And I will say that Smite was one of my like first online games I played.
Really?
It can sound like weird, but it's true. And well, growing up in Peru has been one of the like, the best things for me because when it comes to food in my country, I love eating like typical dishes in my country. So that's what I love from there, and that's what I miss right now from there. So yeah, that's one of the things I remember. I can tell.
Yeah, talk to me about the food culture because you're speaking right to me, man. I love to eat and specifically a whole bunch of different types of food. What were some of your favorite dishes that you ate in Peru?
Okay, so first of all, ceviche
Mm-hmm.
is the name of the dish. It's with fish and stuff. So I'm pretty sure most of the people know it. And the other one is called lomo saltado. It's a typical dish from Peru, which comes with steak, rice, onions. It's kind of hard to explain,
Sure.
but I'm pretty sure if you look up in Google and you see some images about lomo saltado, it's gonna appear and it looks amazing from there. That's two of my best dishes for me right now.
Yeah, I went to Colombia for a Smite LAN and had some fresh ceviche there, and it was unbelievable. Still dream about it to this day. It was absolutely fantastic. You mentioned a lot of single player games growing up. What were some of your favorite games? Some of your favorite single player games that you played?
Okay, the first one was Age of Empires.
Mm.
I The other one was like I actually fell in love with Age of Empires that I started playing like those kind of games like
Hmm.
StarCraft, Age of Empires, but just in the single player mode. So that's what I can remember right now. And after that, I
Interesting.
found the Smite. Yeah,
So what got you where did you find Smite? What got you invested in it in the first place?
there was I think it was Driver. I was looking in YouTube and there was a guy playing Smite. I was like, oh, let's see this game. And it was a MOBA, but it wasn't like League of Legends because I never liked League of Legends because of the camera view.
Hmm.
So I was like, whoa, this is a MOBA in third person. Yo, I have to try it out. So that's how I downloaded it. I started playing Smite, and I didn't know you could switch servers, and I was playing in Europe for 1 year straight without noticing. I didn't even know
No way.
you could see your ping. So I until 1 year, someone said, "Yo, my ping is high," and I was like, "Yo, how do you see your ping? Press F8," and I was like 200 or something ping, and it was so awkward, but well, it is what it is.
Man, you must have been a beast as soon as you switched to Latam servers. You must have been fragging everybody.
Actually, in that time there weren't a lot of servers. It wasn't the
Mm.
pre-beta. I started playing in the pre-beta. I remember.
Okay, all right, fair enough. Still, whenever you did get those Latam servers, you must have been
Yeah.
pretty excited for that time. Did you have any? Do you have any siblings growing up, or anyone to play games with?
And yes, I think it was my cousin. We used to play games. Actually, we used to play Paladins together, but after like 1 year, we didn't talk that much again. So well, it is what it
Yeah,
is.
yep, that's the way it goes sometimes. So you start playing Smite. Dry Bear is the one who introduces you. When did you start realizing that you were pretty good at the game? Talk to me about your evolution. I'm assuming it's when you moved away from the European servers.
Yeah. So it all started like seeing, oh, there's a rank system. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna try it out. So and at the moment I started playing ranked, it was when Curse Voice came into Smite,
Yep.
and everyone was like joining comps and stuff. So it was really really cool. And I was just trying to fit like my best role. I literally play everything until one day I remember I was playing with someone and I had to go ADC. and they were like, "Oh, you don't miss autos and stuff," and I was like, "Oh, thank you," and I was like, "Maybe I can be ADC. I don't know." So after that, I was just like, before you didn't have this role section system. You had to like go in the lobby and say, "Yo, ADC," or peel or something like
Hmm.
that. So I was playing ADC all day, all night, and after that, I was seeing my improvement. But I was like, "Oh, I need to, I don't know, step up." So I found my teammate Panidom, and we said, "Yo, let's scream. Let's see what happened. Let's see if we can make it to higher leagues and stuff." And he was like, "Yeah, sure." But actually, I asked him to be a solo laner, but he said, "No, I'm a jungler main." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so you're gonna be the jungler." That's how it started.
Hey, I think Panatom had the right idea, man. He's doing pretty
Yeah.
well for himself in the jungle. I was going to ask you. I mean, your whole Sanguine squad, we kind of think of you as this one giant entity, but for those who have been watching the Latin America scene for a long time, there was a lot of moving and shaking of players and all that kind of stuff. The early days of LATAM competitive Smite, what do you remember about those?
I remember a lot. I remember that when I joined the Latam League, it was before we could have like qualified because it was around November, like the last days of the league in that time, and we were like, okay, so we'll try next year. But we were screaming like top Latam teams, and we were getting destroyed. But for some reason, we liked it, so we were like, oh my god, they are so good, but we know that we can do better. So every time we lose, we finish the screams. We were like watching the votes and stuff, and I don't know how, but we literally like went from like low average to really good in like 1 month or 2 months, and I was really impressed with that. Paddington was really impressed with that, and that's how it all started. Like Oxyliton came, he told us about his team, he recommended us some players, and that's how it all started.
What would you say is the moment that stands out to you the most? Because you guys have not been in the SPL that long. So is it an SPL game when you think of some of your most memorable moments in Smite? Is it qualifying to Worlds last year? When you think about the most memorable game of Smite to you, what do you think of?
Okay, so the most memorable thing for me, it was when we beat the first team in Latam that back then. It was Hafnet, I remember. Like they beat Leech that
Hmm.
time. So after that year, they were like the first seed, and we beat them, and that allowed us to qualified for MSI, I remember, in 2018. It was our first land, so we were really happy. We were really, really excited. And I think that's when all started too. So I will say that's the most memorable thing for me. But after that, of course, it was the world's stage playing there. That was so cool. I was so excited and nervous too. But yeah, I can't
Hey
think of
man,
that right now.
you guys were on the up and up ahead of schedule, man. No one expected you guys to be there that early, but certainly made your mark. Whenever you started to be able to travel for Smite to different lands to come into America, how did your family react to that? Were they supportive of you, or did they not really understand?
The first time I was flying for MSI in 2018, they were like, "No, you're joking, or I don't believe you." And I was like, "Yeah." So I had to go over and show them some YouTube videos about lands, as worlds and stuff, and they were like, "Do people really do that?" I was like, "Yeah." So my parents were like, "Uh." I don't believe you still, but okay, we'll try. So we went. I got my visa, and well, and after that, when I came back to my country, they were like, "I can't believe like you just flew." I was 17 years old when I
Wow.
flew in 2018. So they were like, "I can't believe you just went to United States by your own and then came back and I don't know." It was so funny, but at the same time they were like surprised. And after that, they told me, "Okay, we'll support you."
Was that your first time coming to America in 2018?
Yeah, yeah.
What were your first impressions? Was it like you expected?
Pretty much. I mean, I like watching videos of people like traveling, just think, I don't know, giving their opinions about something else. And so I just saw some videos from other states, not from Atlanta. So Atlanta was really cool for me when I came here. And I think the airport is like the biggest one, right, in
Yep.
Atlanta from the United States. So it was really cool seeing the airport too. So yeah.
Yeah, that airport. It's cool the first few times, and then
Yeah.
you're like,
Yeah.
can I get something a little bit less crazy, please? It gets a little nuts. What was your family's reaction whenever you told them that you guys had made SPL this year and that you were coming to live in Atlanta during the season? What was their reaction to that?
Well, since they were used to like for me traveling and stuff, they were like, "Oh, really? You're going there for 1 year?" So they were more like sad because they will miss me and they will say, "Oh, I'm gonna miss you, son," stuff. But then I told them, "Yeah, but at some point I have to like grow up, you know. I have to like be more independent because I don't know. I like living with my parents. Like I like when, for example, my mom used to wake me up and say, "Yo, breakfast is ready," and I was like, "Oh, breakfast!" But now I have to, wake up, do my things. But it's really cool too because it's part of growing. So yeah,
What, you mean Rongu isn't waking you up and telling you breakfast is ready every day?
no, not really. I mean, it's the other way around.
Yeah, the Sanguine Boys' sleep schedule is becoming legendary already among the SPL for sure. What are some other things that you miss about home? You mentioned the food, but is there anything else that stands out?
Oh yeah, of course, my family, my sister, and my dog. So actually, with my sister, I have a really good relationship because we like almost the same things. Like she likes playing video games, she likes the same type of music as me, and we will like talk a lot. We will, I don't know, go on Discord and start a call and troll us for a bit and stuff. So it's really cool my relationship with my sister. So that's what I miss the most because right now I don't have that much time to play with
Sure.
her like I used to do. So yeah, I think that's what I miss.
Is she hitting you up for your if you play poorly in a week in the SPL? Does your sister kind of let you hear
Yeah,
about it or
yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Whenever that, like, after the games, I always get a notification on Discord, and it's my sister telling me, like, yo, you need to grind more. I don't know, stuff like that.
I cannot imagine anyone saying those words to anyone on your team, dude. You guys grind the hardest for sure. But hey, that's how you got to where you are, I suppose. Talk to me about. Okay, I was gonna say Jing Wei, but I'll let you have the option here. Who's your favorite god to play in Smite? I'm sorry for assuming.
Okay, so people think I'm a Jingo 1-3, but people don't realize that my RAM has 15K worshippers. So and
Really,
Jingwei, yeah,
15K?
and Jingwei has like 4,000 worshippers. So
Hmm.
yeah, it's not even close. And that's not counting my last account, like, because Netrioid is kind of a smurf that I just keep playing with it. My other account is like level 162. So I don't know.
Really? You have two
Yeah.
level 160 accounts. What was the original account, if you're willing to disclose?
Oh no, I don't want to talk about that account because
All
the
right,
name
fair
is kind
enough.
of, yeah. I mean, but still, like I remember Ram was my favorite god too in my old account, so I had another 9K worshippers with Ram, so you can imagine.
Wow.
But
I was
but my
expecting you to say
my
Freya a little bit because that
no,
was a big god for you as well on the way up.
I like Freya, but when they reworked Freya, when her two was like an infinite two, and she was so OP, so it was really really cool. But yeah, I mean, if I have to say something dark from my past, I was a dirty Loki main. So yeah,
Mm. All right, yeah, we good call. We stay away from that around here. It's a pretty good meta for you right now, though. That Rom,
yeah.
Freya, Jing Wei are all pretty playable. Um, Talk to me about when you guys realized you were going to be in the SPL, because I'm sure that was a huge goal for you that you and your team had been grinding for. I know this the off season leading up to it was filled with uncertainty. Talk me through what that off season was like for you and the moment that you realized that you were going to be signing the contract and coming to Atlanta.
It was really 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 amazing because we were like kind of worried about what will be the next year. So without salary in the SMIA, we were like, oh, I don't think we're gonna be able to like keep grinding like we did last year because I was in the university when I was in the SMIA, so I was
Hmm,
like, yeah, I have to either focus on one thing or on the other because doing both things it was kind of mess. It was a mess, but I don't
sure.
know. I managed to do it, and the next year we were like, oh, if we're not getting an SPL spot, we're pretty much disbanding and doing our own things. Like I'll be back in the university studying, and everyone will be like doing the same thing. But I remember one day getting a notification on Discord with Blaine saying, we just got an SPL spot. And I was like, nah, you're trolling. It's not even April's Fool. So, and he was like, no, I'm. I'm legit. Just come to Discord at 8 p.m. today. So everyone was there like at 7. We were like saying, nah, he's trolling. Maybe he got, I don't know, something, and we were like, and as soon as he joined the call, he showed us the pictures, like everything, and we were like, holy, and we were so excited.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. We were excited to have you in the SPL for sure. You said you were in university last year during all that craziness. What were you studying?
I was studying business management, international business management. So yeah, I like the career. I was like, yeah, doing well in the university. I think I could have done better, but playing Smite and doing the other thing, it was like a big deal. But still, I was good there.
Sure. Yeah, I think it worked out pretty well for you. I mean, what is when you're looking at your career path long term? Is that what you want to go back to? Is that international business management? What do you
Yeah.
really want to do overall?
I want to keep continuing the career after, I don't know, finishing SPL, finishing this. So yeah, of course, because I like the career. I like how language is involved there too. So I like languages. I'm planning on learning, if I'm not mistaken, German and Chinese, but I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a lot, man. That is a lot for sure. Talk to me about the team environment a little bit. Who is your favorite teammate you've ever had? I mean, you've been with Panatom for a long time, but I won't tell him if you say someone else.
To be honest, it has been Paniton because Paniton has always like been the pillar of the team when something bad was happening. Like he was always being positive about it, and he was like, "I think we should grind more. I think we should practice this more." He's always like telling us if there's something bad about us or if we did something bad. Sometimes we don't listen, but it's part of it's part of everything. But he has always been there, and since he was my first teammate and the first person I rely on, like. I never wanted to, for example, switch Panitom for another jungler because I knew that he was trying his best, and I knew that he always wanted to be the best. So that's what I wanted in a teammate. So yeah.
What are the goals for you when you look at what you want to do in your SPL career? Because I'm sure it was we want to be the best team in Latin America, and then it was we want to be able to compete at MSI and in these lands, and now you're here at the biggest stage. What do you still have on the checklist?
It's winning wars, of course, and yeah, I think that's the main point for everyone here because winning wars means that you are the best in the world in the game. So that's a really good way of feeling when you say, "Oh my God, I'm just a world champion." I just beat everyone in the SPL. So I don't know. It's a big dream for me. I think for everyone. So. And after that, I will say that making a name, like for example, I don't know, going and hearing. Well, for example, when I listen to someone saying, "Oh my God, Netrioid is so good," I feel so like, I feel so good because I'm being like noticed and I'm being recognized. So it's really cool that feeling.
I'm sure you guys have had a huge influx of fans this year because we've got our players that only watch the SPL that have not been seeing you guys grind up through the minor league. What has that experience been like for you?
It has been amazing. Like grinding in a minor league was kind of rough too because I was playing back in Peru and I was playing with every game. I was playing with 150 ping, 160. So it was really annoying for me. And being an ADC is way harder with that ping. So, but the grinding was really satisfying because I managed to be, if not the first ADC in the league, it was like between the second. I was good or decent. So that made me realize that if I was playing under the same like situation or the same circumstances, I will be doing better. So that's why when I heard that we were coming to Atlanta, I was like, oh, I'm playing with. The first thing I think of it was, oh, I'm playing with 30 or 40 pings. So yeah.
Man, it seems like ping has been your nemesis throughout your whole career. First, it's European servers, then it's 150 ping in
Yeah.
Peru. No coincidence that you get to the lower ping and you found your most success. Before I let you go, Netrioid, I gotta ask how you've liked living in this housing situation with the boys. Like you said, it's your first time away from home. What's the experience been like being in the big room with everybody?
It's been really good. It's been, I will say, amazing because they are really good teammates and really good persons, really good friends. Like every time we just like grew up and do stuff like as a team or as a group of friends, we're like having fun. We're discussing about everything, and it's been really really good. Like the environment is so good that I enjoy being with them. Like it's sometimes, I mean, I'm pretty sure you have been around someone that you don't like that much, and you know that kind of feeling when the environment is like bad. But it hasn't happened to me with this team, so I'm really glad about it.
I think it shows in the way you guys play, Netrioid. Thanks for taking the time, man. Been loving watching you in the SPL this year, and hopefully your sister will get off your back after some wins moving forward, man. Thanks for the time.
Thank you.